Hi there, everyone. Thank you for coming back and joining me for another episode of Mark on Comics. This episode is special to me for a couple different reasons, not involving my shirt, but I got a couple more shirts. This is one of them, same on the back, so I hope you like it. But this episode is special because it's number 200. I've done 200 of these with this one, and I'm really excited about that. The second reason this is really special to me is because what I've got for you today is I've got sketches, different sketches and sketch covers that I've gotten over the years. So I'm really excited to show you what I was able to pick up over the last couple of years. Some graded, some not, but I'm ready to move forward on that. And I do want to say, I'm so sorry. Right after I got back from Cal Comic Con, I got sick. Been a week and a half. I'm actually not 100% yet. I'm almost there, but not quite. So before I get going, show you all these great sketches I've got over the years, please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell for me, please. Like gets me in front of more people, and the more subscribers I have, the closer I get to monetization. And if you like what I do, please hit that notification bell. So, okay, first off, I've got years and years and years ago, one of the hot books out was The Red Star. And this book is signed by all of the creators. Now, Red Star is no longer a hot topic. I'm not even sure if any of these people are still working in comics. It would be nice if they are. I really hope so. But that's first sketch and a whole bunch of signatures. Red Star, number 1. And then I have a couple from 2014. And I apologize, this really great sketch was done by Eric J. And I have no idea who it was, but I commissioned the sketch, so I'll have to look it up at some point who that is, see what I can find out. Next, from 2014, I've got another sketch from LOX. I have no idea. Might be COX, might be Cox, but I have no idea who that is. And then another one that I really like in 2014, I got this Robin sketch from George Perez, one of my favorite artists. Had the opportunity to meet him several times. And actually, when I go to different conventions, people have confused me and thought I was George. No. Before George got ill, and he was out and about, he was thinner than I was, and he was about 1 inch to 2 inches taller, but great man. Really love George. I'm missing him badly. He was a good man, and I was happy to know him. Let's see. Next, I'm going to move on to slabs. First of all, I've got Feral number 1 with a sketch by Tony Fleece. I was at WonderCon, and Apple had a booth set up that they were having Tony do sketches. So it's like, yeah, great. And I didn't even have to provide the book. So the sketch and the book. And then, of course, I had to get the grading done. As you see, it is a 9.8. So I'm really excited about Feral #1 from Tony Fleece. Next, I've got a blank Deadpool #1 with a cover by Merritt Michaels. It's not really a cover, it's a sketch on a blank cover by Merritt Michaels. And it's like, ooh, you know, I was not expecting all the red, but that really makes this pop out even more than just with the black. So that's great. And then I've got a 2015 version of Amazing Spider-Man #1, and this has got a sketch by Ryan Kincaid. Another nice man, really enjoy him, and that's why it's like, yeah, Ryan, could you do me a Spider-Man? And he did. Of course, I did provide the book on that one. Oh, I'm sorry, 9.8 signature series, very exciting. Now I have 2 books here that I got done. The first one I just went with art. I didn't get it graded. I just did art. And if you're familiar with that, instead of saying, hey, grade this book when it's got a sketch on it, just slab it and put it as art. So this book is Justice League 41 with a Firestorm sketch by the great Pat Broderick. And you can see the art label. So this, no grade, just love Firestorm. Then Pat did Firestorm very well. I really enjoyed it. So that was great. A couple years later, I saw him again, and I got a Justice League 1. Got him to do a Batman cover for me. And I did get it graded. It is a 9.8. But this, though, amazingly enough, it's almost 5 years old. Almost 5 years old. And then I got a blank Captain America #1, where I've got Joe Rubenstein did me a Captain America. Really nice job. Look at that. That is really awesome. And it came back a 9.8 as well. Then, if you remember a series called New Mutants, the artist Bob McLeod did this for me almost 5 years ago now. Jean Grey on an X-Men #1 blank, and it's a 9.8. Nice job. Thank you, Bob. And unfortunately, well, it's a great book I've got right here in my hands, but unfortunately, the gentleman that did this for me has passed on. This is a Captain America #1 with a sketch of Cap from Alan Bellman. He did inking in the 40s, and I've met him a couple of times before he passed. Always enjoyed having a good time with him. This is, of course, not a 9.8, it's a 9.6, but you know what? I don't care. I got it because I'm a big fan of Alan, and he will be missed. Next, I've got one. It's a little interesting. Harley Quinn and the Gang of Harleys. And you're thinking, well, wait a minute. That's not a sketch cover. Well, it was. All of this was drawn by Chad Hardin, and this was left blank, and I had him do a sketch in there. He's got me a sketch of the Joker. Really love that, and it came back a 9.8. Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys. Next, a classic. This gentleman is mostly associated with Iron Man. Did Iron Man for years, was consultant on the Iron Man movies. This is Bob Layton doing me a Tony Stark. And you say I went with the art label on this one. But nice Tony Stark on an Iron Man #1 from 2013. And next I've got another from Alan Bellman. This is Captain America 700, and that's the Red Skull from Alan Bellman. And you can see it's a 9/8. Next I've got an interesting story. I've got this Captain America #1 from 2013. I took it to a convention, and Mike Zeck and John Beatty were there, and I said, I'd like to get a sketch. And Mike said, sure, great, we do it together. It's X amount of dollars. I'm not going to say what it was. But it was X amount of dollars for both of them. And I was like, oh no, I can't do that amount. Well, his handler said, well, Mike can do you a remark for 1/3 that cost. And I'm like, okay, great. So, I'm expecting, something right around here, maybe this side, about this big. Look at this. This is a full sketch, inked and everything, not just a remark. So thank you so very much for Mr. Zeck. You're missed on the convention circuit, sir. Really great artist, did a lot of great work. And I'm really happy to have this drawing by Mike Zeck. Next, this one, really interesting. Wonder Woman by Jose Delbo. And see, it's graded and it's a 9.4. I do not recall everything that Mr. Delbo did, but I know he worked on early Wonder Woman titles, so I got him to do this Wonder Woman for me. And I'm really excited to have it in my collection. Even a 9.4. I'm okay. And the book is Wonder Woman 36, which was David Finch and Meredith Finch working together on Wonder Woman. Then another George Perez. I got him to do me Thanos on the Infinity Gauntlet. Really excited to get this from George. And this was almost exactly 10 years ago in 2016. So only thing I'm disappointed is I didn't get it colored, but that's okay. Look at that. I've got this by George Perez on an Infinity Gauntlet. And as you notice, came back to 9/8, so I'm really excited about that. Now for slabs, I'm on my last one here. This is my favorite. A friend of mine who does Whatnot and other things, and he has people that he works with. He came up and one time on Facebook and, hey, I've got 5 slots for a book. And I'm in. He is one of my favorite artists. I have a lot of favorites, but he's one of them. And I have got an original sketch cover by Frank Brunner on Doctor Strange. If you remember, Frank did a lot of Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. So this was one of 5, and they were all different. We saw pictures, and one of the guys said, "Hey, Mark, would you be willing to trade yours for mine?" And I'm, oh no, this is absolutely stunning. I can't believe I was able to get this. I'm so excited. And 9/8. So exciting, 9/8. Doctor Strange #1, the 2015 blank variant with sketch from Frank Brunner. I'm very, very excited. So that's the last of the slabs that I've got. And I only have 2 more books to show you this video. The first one, as I said, I was at the Cal Comic Con, and I was mostly there to film. I didn't really take much of any books, a couple to get signed, but not really much because I was there to film. And I am a CBCS signature witness, and a friend of mine was there, and he said, "Hey, Mark, can you come witness a signature for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, absolutely." Well, it was Al Milgrom. And if any of you know Al's work, he was an inker on a lot of books during the 70s and 80s and probably into the 90s. So I was like, wow, you know what? His headshot prices weren't bad at all. So I asked him if I get a blank, would you be willing to do a sketch for me? And he said, absolutely. So I found one of the dealers that had blanks, and I bought Uncanny Avengers #1. And Al Milgrom, he didn't finish it at the con. He took it home, finished it, and sent me this Captain America from Al Milgrom. So that was the last sketch that I've got. And then I have one more book. But I do want to tell you before I get to this last book, I have a couple more sketches I wasn't able to find. I have a Bob Layton Iron Man with Iron Man on the cover. Couldn't find it. I've got a Tony Daniels sketch that I can't find. But if I do, I will get them in future videos. Now I have one more book. This is not a sketch, but I'm so proud to own this book that I just had to show it off. So I've got Amazing Spider-Man, issue 50, signed by Stan Lee and John Romita. It's only a 4.5, but I don't care. It's signed by Stan Lee and John Romita, so I just wanted to show it off. I hope you all enjoy the view here. This is one of the favorite books I have in my collection. I do actually have a Silver Surfer #1 signed by Stan Lee, which I'm really excited to own. It's a 8.5, and I'm really excited about that. But John Romita also signed on this. Very exciting. So it's one of the things that's funny. I originally got this signed by Stan Lee in 2015, and then somebody else a couple years later had John Romita available that they were going to take books to, so I sent it, cracked it out of its original case with the Stan Lee signature. It was a 4.5 then, but I sent it to these people in 2019. So 4 years in between the two different signatures. But this book is really special to me. along with my Silver Surfer #1. I actually also have a Fantastic 448 signed by Stan. It's for 4.5 also, but this one it's special to me. So that's it. Thank you for joining me on my 200th episode of Mark on Comics. Please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and tell your friends. Share this with people so I can get more people involved. I really appreciate being here. I appreciate you being here. And just to let you know, I'm only just now over 2 years. I started at the end of January 2024, and it's now February 2026. So I've only been doing this 2 years and 3 weeks. So I'm really excited, and I'm hoping to be here for a long time. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you all later on Mark on Comics. Thank you. Bye.